Why does it feel that everyone and everything is against me? I really wasn't sure how this would look, but with the eyes Insta-kill!
Not scared! I eat vegetables for breakfast!
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today what I have for you guys is easily one of the best side Easter eggs in Treyarch Zombies history. This is spider bait over on Zetsubo no Shima. Now, before we exactly jump into how spider bait works, I wanted to bring up that what's really interesting about this Easter egg is that a very similar Easter egg to this was supposed to be added to Revelations, but unfortunately got cut right before the release of the map. It was going to be a chicken Easter egg where instead of playing as a spider, you would get to play as the chicken from Dead Ops Arcade 2. Not only was this supported by strings and code that were found, but an image of what the chicken was going to look like in your HUD, similar to what the spider looks like in my HUD right now, was found by a data miner. So we could all assume that those eggs you could see in the hatch by the spawn in Revelations would have probably been picked up at some point, infused with 115, and then put through some type of process before you're able to utilize them. But that was a chicken Easter egg. It sucks that it got cut. It would have been cool if it got added like a few months after release, similar to the spork knife on Blood of the Dead, but it seems like they just didn't have enough time. They were focused on Zombies Chronicles and probably a little bit of Black Ops 4. But now for the process of getting spider bait on Zetsubo, here's a very quick recap in case you guys forgot. So all you have to do is pick up the Skull of Nansapwe, do all of your trials that you can see here. There's 3 of them per player, and you then want to electrify your shield. So this could be an okay process on solo because you'll have less spiders and zombies to deal with, but on co-op you could definitely have a helping hand while you're trying to do this process because you want to take it slow, right? So what you want to do is wait for a spider round and don't kill any of the spiders that spawn. Just bring them all into one area, take out your skull, and mesmerize all of them to find the one with red mist. Since your skull won't last forever, you'll eventually lose the ability to mesmerize and see which spider has the red mist, so it's recommended that you carefully kill all of the surrounding spiders and just keep the one with that red mist, and also make sure all the spores around the map are destroyed before the spider round to avoid accidentally killing the red mist spider. So once you know who the red mist spider is, and after you've hopefully killed all the others, escort that spider to all 3 water types, and once he's drank all 3 water types, you want to then bring him to that trap over at Lab A, the exact same trap you use to collect one of the parts for the KT4, and once he is in the cage, you want to hit this panel with your electrified shield, and all you have to do now is wait until the very next spider round before you can come back to Lab A and pick up this red vial, which will give you spider bait. So it's a similar looking vial to the one you needed for the KT4 quest. That one was pink. This one's going to be crimson red. And FYI, if you accidentally buy trip mines that replace spider bait in your HUD, you can always come back to Lab A and pick up this red vial. It'll never disappear for the remainder of the match. Now you'll get 1 activation of spider bait per round or with every max ammo, and it's extremely overpowered until I want to say round 30 or higher. Super effective with killing the mama spider and thrashers, and it is however pretty useless in the final Easter egg boss fight since you can't destroy the spores on the giant thrasher's arms without the upgraded KT4, but at the very least you could kill mama spider with it in that little mini Easter egg boss fight. But this is definitely a really helpful safety net whenever you get into a tough spot. Instead of popping anywhere but here or taking out a specialist when you get cornered, you can just click right in the D-pad to turn into a spider and do whatever you have to do. And it's also cool how you could essentially lure zombies to a completely different area while playing as a spider, but when you return to human, you'll be put into that same spot that you left, right when you click the right hit on your D-pad, you'll get put right back in that same position. So let's say I'm getting cornered at Lab A, I'll turn into a spider, lure everybody to Lab B, then when I turn back into a human, I'll be returned right back to Lab A again where I started. So it's cool how you can use this as a huge strategy for high rounds or an Easter egg run, whatever it is you guys want to do. Now I believe spores and thrashers can insta-kill you while you're a spider, which essentially means you'll get instantly returned back to a human. So that's a bit unfortunate, but just watch out for that. And it's again similar to how a normal spider would work on this map. If you destroy a spore or you shoot them once, a spider will just instantly explode. So same rules apply when you're in spider bait mode. But in regards to Zetsubo as a map, I think the map released buggy for most people, but fortunately, I was amongst about a few who didn't really have any issues with the map stability, even during the Easter egg. It was just my luck, but coincidentally, this is the first Black Ops 3 Zombies map that Treyarch developed using the Radiant Black engine, which is what Black Ops 4 uses, meaning anything from Zetsubo forward in Black Ops 3 can be ported into Black Ops 4 with ease, kind of similar how many elements of Zombies Chronicles, specifically Verrückt, were directly ported into Blackout and Black Ops 4 without them having to remake anything from the ground up on this new engine. It was already on Radiant Black from Black Ops 3, so that's kind of cool, but that unfortunately means that the Reisendrak, the Giant, Shadows, those maps can't come over to Black Ops 4 without having to essentially remake assets from the ground up for the Radiant Black engine. But it's also ironic how Zetsubo was the first buggy map for most people, while it was sort of foreshadowing the nightmare which was going to be Black Ops 4's launch. And we know Gorod had one too many death barriers, and Revelations had ridiculous crashing issues at release too, specifically for the Easter egg, you know, death burying at the boss fight, blue screening on the Margot boss fight, just ridiculous problems. So coincidentally, yeah, the 3 maps that were on the Radiant Black engine, they were a part of the DLC season, were extremely buggy, had a fair amount of issues, but luckily when Zombies Chronicles came out, I didn't have any issues with any of those maps. Only recently I started blue screening a lot on Origins for Black Ops 3, but maybe it's because I'm on PS4 Pro now, I just don't know. Now, the only glitch I really experienced with Zetsubo was the one you saw in the intro where I activated Spider Bait. I think this was a clip from like over 2 years ago, and instead of turning into a spider right away, it just spawned me above the entire map, insta-killing me because it's a death barrier, and yeah, I just went from there. But that's one of the few glitches I experienced about, I think it was almost 2 to 3 years ago. And the other one is a clip that I'll put on screen where I'm in the Easter egg ending boss fight from a couple of days ago, and I for some reason just get death barriered for no reason. And I read up on this a little bit, and apparently during parts of the Easter egg ending boss fight, there could be moments where a spider like spawns in you or teleports inside you and just insta kills you. It's really unexplained. I know Noah J had a very similar issue to this. I saw one of his clips from many years ago at release of Zetsubo, and he experienced the exact same thing. So it appears certain death barriers haven't been fixed in Zetsubo, but luckily in Black Ops 4, Treyarch isn't too punishing when it comes to those death barriers. You'll slowly just lose health, while in Black Ops 3 you'll just insta-die, which is hilarious. But I think my only real criticism of this map is that the Easter egg just doesn't flow as well in comparison to maps like the Reisendrak or Gorod. Even though I love shooting down the plane, going to the cave for that spider boss fight, and seeing Widows whine in that puddle, it's a interesting Easter egg to say the least. I just think it's the ending boss fight that's a tad underwhelming, but that's obviously weighed out with the incredible side Easter eggs this map has to offer, with the rich plant system and what is arguably one of the best specialists of all time, the Skull of Nansapwe. I love all of the lore with Cthulhu, the actual monster around 50. We have a lot of keeper presence here. We have hints towards Gorod with those dragon eggs. You know, it's weird how you have to use anywhere but here for a step, because again, it's funny how somebody could be hunting the map, could be a very experienced Easter egg hunter, but they'll be shit out of luck if they don't have anywhere but here as one of their gobblegums. So that was a questionable decision on Treyarch's end, which they really haven't done ever since. But I think it is funny how the Easter egg still got solved rather quickly, when I would have expected at least a couple days just to figure that part out. But luckily whoever was hunting did have anywhere but here and was able to get one of those cogs, and also foreshadowing Gorod Krovi with all those dragon eggs. So that was really cool, but I would expect it to be something similar to Revelations, where that bone step took, what was it, over a week to solve, I think it was, or maybe it was the rock step, whatever that step was. I was expecting anywhere but here step on this map to take nearly as long as the Revelations rock step. But besides that, the beautiful cutscenes and the exclusive weapons like the marshals definitely make this map a top 10 for me, and I hope Treyarch does go all out with outlandish side Easter eggs like Spider Bait in future maps to come with Black Ops 2020. As of recently, I've been on a mission to redo and cover all of the Easter eggs that I've either only done once or never at all, in the case that many of you guys out there also haven't seen much footage of side Easter eggs like this either. So let me know down below if you guys have any Easter egg suggestions or challenge ideas that you would like to see in a video or a stream. I know this weekend the goal is to stream the road to round 50 here on Zetsubo with my buddy Art to see the giant Cthulhu monster on round 50. I've never gone for that, but it would be cool to see how far we get, and Spider Bait would definitely come in handy for that grind, since it'll be super easy to get cornered or just insta-killed by aggressive zombies. So we want to have self-med, we want to have Spider Bait, have all those safety nets so that we can make it past round 50. But that is about it. This has been DK Dynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. Again, Spider Bait is an Easter egg that I've done maybe once or twice in the past, but it was very very fun revisiting this here just the other day. But check all links down below in the description. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.